Hello my people, I'm Otskoa. I'm here again, not in the forest like always, you know. So hello my people and welcome to a new video here in the OG room, in the room of the OG. I just came back from the guerrilla. Soon is harvest time, the plants are almost ready. Everything is going very great and I'm working these days thinking about how I will do and how I will film and document all the harvest of this year. But yeah, before I will start with the hard work on the guerrilla outside, I will also tell you the story today here about what happened with my dog. But before I start with that, I also invite you all to know that in case that anyone will spend any money, it doesn't matter if it's $1, $2, $3, $5, $10 or euros, you are gratefully invited. I let you all hear my PayPal email to spend something in case that you want to do it for my videos. You know, soon we're gonna go to Barcelona, also to Madrid, visiting the grow shops and doing some crazy stuff outside. And yeah, I let you also my Instagram channel. You can contact there with me if you want to spend anything in a different way. So I say thank you to all of you. Let's say that I've been struggling now, ending the summer season. I didn't work in the restaurant section anymore, so now I will spend all my time to make the videos. And yeah, just in case that anyone wants to collaborate or spend anything they want, they are gratefully invited. So thank you all guys. Now let's start with the video of today. So yeah, many people is asking myself through the comments, through the YouTube comments and also DMs on Instagram, what happened with the dog, which was always with me, you know, in the videos, in the past videos in 2020 and 2021. And some people ask me if he's good and anything, so he's doing very good guys actually. The only thing is that what you all need to know is that it wasn't actually my dog, it was the dog from my ex-girlfriend, let's say. And yeah, I started to go out with that girl, start a relationship in 2019. That year actually I was not doing any guerrilla at that time. And then after COVID times, let's say, or in the middle of COVID times, 2020 is when I decided to make a new guerrilla near to the house where I was living with that girl, you know. And in that times, in the COVID times, you can't go out for anything, you know. You was locked down, you was in a lockdown, so if you go out of your house, it was to go to the supermarket or to work or just to go out with the dog, you know. You couldn't be at the street or go through the streets, through the city when it is not needed, you know. So in that times it was actually perfect to take the dog with me to the forest. And then one time I was in the forest, it doesn't matter if you only can go out 6-7 hours of the day because we had that restrictions in that times. One time I was in the forest with the dog, everything was okay and I could work all the time I needed and I wanted that times. So I started to go out with the dog of my girlfriend to search spots for the guerrillas. Finally I found them also, and that is when I started all that different grow, all that different spots I had in that area where I've been growing the years before. And then the dog was always with me, you know, even when the COVID times was over and I didn't even needed the dog to go to the forest. I was like, yeah, I will go with the dog to the forest, you know? Let's say that since we started to go out to the forest, the dog and me, we was making a good relationship, you know. I care much about him. It was funny to be with him in the forest. She didn't make me feel being alone in that times, and it was like very cool. I can say that nowadays I also really miss him, let's say. So it was a great time with him. We've been making the projects on Instagram and YouTube, are showing you the shelter I've been building in the middle of the forest at my guerrilla in that time. Also the waterfall I've been making at my spot Alpha. Also when I've been building the pizza oven at my guerrilla. So the dog was always with me in the craziest projects, you know. I remind so good that day when I've been cutting out the pine tree, the top of the pine tree of the tree Gorilla to get some more sunshine, and there was like a very very big part of the tree, and I remind to attach the dog like 10 meters away to another tree, that's in case that the top of the tree falls down. When I cut it down, it didn't will fall on the dog, you know what I'm saying? Because normally when I was working at the top, 5 meters altitude on the pine tree at the tree Gorilla, the dog used to run around and just do what he wants to do, you know. And that day I remind that I attached the dog to the tree, because when that pine tree falls over him, it was like the end of the dog. And we always take much care about each other. That was a really nice feeling I had, being with the dog always in the forest at the Gorilla. I also remind sometimes, 3-4 times, when I was working on the Gorilla and I was so concentrated doing what I've been doing, and the dog was like running around, but every time he was going more far away, and then 10 minutes later I was like, man, where is the dog? And I started to search the dog, and I was like getting nervous because I was in the middle of a forest growing weed, and I lost the dog of my girlfriend, you know. And I remind you that 3-4 times when I start to run over there and Chico, come here, please, man, what the fuck? And then every time I found him, you know, and it was like, bad Chico, you know, you didn't have to go away, man. I've been doing serious things here. I couldn't lost you here. That will be a big fail when I do that. But seriously, it was the only time that I was angry with the dog. Only these 3-4 times when he was like going around too far away, and I was getting nervous because I thought that I lost the dog of my girlfriend in the middle of the forest growing some weed, you know. But yeah, we was together from 2019 till 2021, the summer, when I have to cancel all the spots I had in the different videos at the beginning of the channel. And then yeah, I just have to move from that house to the spot where I used to live with my mother, you know. So I don't live anymore with that girl. And then I also didn't go anymore to the Gorilla I had times. And I also didn't see the dog anymore, you know. Sad. But yeah, the reason of this video is also to let you all know, all the people who asked me if the dog is okay. He is doing really good, really good. I will show you here now some videos, pictures of him, because I still continue visiting my girlfriend sometimes, you know, just one time a month or anything. So I see the dog every month, every couple of weeks I see him, and it is like, yeah, every time I see him I remind all the things we did together in the forest also. Because I entered to the house of my girlfriend nowadays, and the dog is like, yeah, he's going crazy, you know. And every time I told him the same thing when I entered also. I told him, yeah, gotta we go to the Gorilla now, Chico? Yeah, we gotta go to the Gorilla. And my ex-girlfriend is just like laughing, you know, because yeah, he knew that me and the dog, we was having good relationship, that we always was taking care about each other, doing all that crazy stuff I've been doing in that projects and grows and everything. So yeah, it was like important for me to do this video to let you all know that the dog is okay. But nowadays I couldn't go with him to my Gorilla because I live now in another house. I have a completely new Gorilla, and yeah, it is just not possible. But the dog is okay. I'm also doing okay. Everything is going great. The Gorilla is almost ready to harvest, and these days you all guys will see the fruits of all the work we've put in this month, hard summer I've been going through, but we've had some nice fruits staying there, waiting to get harvested, you know. I remind to see a meme some time ago also. It is like when two persons started to go out, start a relationship, then later when they end the relationship, all the dogs around the world are like, or the cats, you know, are like, why you go away and you not come back, you know. It is crazy for me to think about that, you know. the dog is like thinking from one day to the other, where the fuck is that crazy guy who wears that mask and go with me to the forest all day? Because it is true that the dog also have a good time with me always, because his owner, let's say my ex-girlfriend, didn't used to go out with him so much time, and even not to the forest, you know. She used to go out with him 2-3 times a day, but only through the city. And yeah, the dog was like fucking happy when he was going with me to the guerrilla. We had, yeah, very nice time, very nice time. And now that we're coming at the end, to the end of the journey, we're also coming to the end of the video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it, and that you are all good now, that you knew that the dog is good, that I am good, and soon is harvest time. So I let you again hear my email address to spend anything you want. If you want to do it, I will appreciate it much. And now, guys, I will say goodbye. See you in the next video. Much greetings from Spain to the OG, to all of you. See you guys in the next video. Boom bam.